What's the Federal Reserve going to do next? This is going to be absolutely critical to the direction that world markets go over the next year or so. Hey, what's going on? Brendan, Compound Alchemist. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about what the stock market is looking like it's going to do for the rest of the year. Bureau of Economic Analysis makes its report. This quarter, the second quarter is negative. That means we're officially in a recession. It's going to be a much trickier year. It's going to be a whole nother ball game than 2021. 2021, all you had to do was throw it into some large cap stocks, throw it into some growth stocks, and you were able to get some massive profits. This year, that is not going to be the case. You're going to have to be a lot more creative. You might need to short some stocks. You might need to buy some derivative contracts, buy some options, buy some futures in order to make a profit. See my other video, link in the description, where I provided all of my predictions so far for 2022 and what the outcomes were. Alright, so what's going to happen in the stock market in 2022 for the rest of the year, huh? We've got multiple indicators signaling a recession. We've got a major shock to oil prices. We've got World War III brewing. Who knows? I mean, you see Russia attacking Ukraine in the way that is absolutely horrible. It's tragic. My heart goes out to all of the innocent people of Ukraine. 8:30 in the morning on July 29th. That is when the Bureau of Economic Analysis makes its report and reveals the GDP numbers for the quarter for the United States of America. Now, if that GDP reading is negative, the first quarter was. If this quarter, the second quarter, is negative, that means we're officially in a recession. You've got the Federal Reserve raising interest rates, and they're going to raise them some more. Everyone's just betting on how many times they're going to raise interest rates. At this point, 10-year and the 2-year U.S. Treasury bonds inverting. You know what that means? That's a leading indicator. It's indicating a recession coming. So, what are we going to do about it? You wondered what you're going to do now for 2022? What's coming up next? There's a thing or two about stocks that I'm going to need to teach you. This is how you get compound interest long-term, well into the future. That is what will generate long-term returns. You'll end up with more profit than money that you actually saved and invested. That is absolutely the outcome that you right now watching this, can have. All you have to do is follow these tips and tricks on how to get compound interest. Albert Einstein called it the 8th wonder of the world. Literally, all you have to do is save every month and invest it into diversified index funds. You could do this with ETFs, you could do this with mutual funds. There are different ways, but you want to buy diversified index funds each month when you get paid. You know, that's what's going to help solidify your future. I mean, the way compound interest works, it's shaped like a quarter pipe. So essentially, you end up with 10 times as much money as you actually saved and invested. What works is that stocks go up and down, but if you're well diversified, if you buy, say, the S&P 500 with the SPY ETF, or you buy the QQQ with the NASDAQ ETF, and you buy and hold that long term, you're already diversified between a bunch of different companies. You're set. Now you just buy and hold those. You want to try to get them at the cheapest price, of course. But the point is that over the course of years, after several years, historically speaking, your risk has been eliminated and you are going to end up with a profit in almost any case, no matter when you buy. Investors do is they do dollar cost averaging, so each month or every 2 weeks when they get paid, maybe they save $100 or a few $100, maybe $1,000, and invest it into the markets. That's a great strategy. I mean, long-term compound interest is shaped like a quarter pipe. You can end up with 10 times as much money as you actually saved and invested in the first place. You can't get scared when there's some sort of market calamity. What you got to do is try to have free cash so that you can buy up those stocks at a discount. And we're about to be heading towards that cycle right now. There's been several indicators lately. We had a huge shock to global oil market when Russia attacked Ukraine. That's one. Number two, 2-year and the 10-year U.S. Treasury bonds became inverted. Now, historically, that has happened several times, and every time it happened, right before a recession occurred 12 to 18 months later. It's accepted widely as a leading indicator. It's about 7% in the last 50 years. Last but not least, Federal Reserve is going to raise their interest rates. Now, this means that growth stocks will need to be reevaluated. The valuations are going to change because more speculative stocks or small cap, especially new technologies or new types of products or services, I mean, it's harder for these small companies to borrow money. It's more expensive for them to borrow money because there's a higher interest rate on the loans. Because of this, the valuations drop. Now, this is a great time to buy these kind of growth stocks, the tech stocks, the small caps, the up-and-coming ones. That's when you want to jump in. You can also buy index funds during that time. I'll see what happens when the Federal Reserve raises rates a couple more times. We'll see. In the next 6 to 12 months, stocks may continue to drop. This is how you can make money when the market is dropping. So we're paying attention what the Federal Reserve is doing right now with interest rates. Brendan here with Compound Alchemist. Go ahead and drop me a like. If I personally honestly believe right now that the Fed is raising interest rates and stocks are going to drop even further. You saw the NASDAQ dropping, so here I am shorting the NASDAQ. I had made the prediction that the NASDAQ was going to drop, and NASDAQ and the growth tech stocks would need to be reevaluated. You can see on my Instagram post, this is on January 5th, was taking advantage of the market dropping in such a steady pattern as it was. It's Brendan with Compound Alchemist. Go ahead and subscribe today to the channel. Hey, and also while you're at it, if you want to have one-on-one consulting with me, where I will be your financial coach, I will help you get ahead, get your finances in order. Listen, it doesn't matter if you're in debt and paycheck to paycheck right now, or if you have money to invest in assets. We can go over your financials, and I'll teach you any sort of system, any sort of strategy in finance that you need to learn more about. I'll teach you real estate hacks as well. However you want to do it, I will go over your finances and help you get ahead. So go ahead and sign up for my Patreon. Go ahead and subscribe to Compound Alchemist today.